Hey everyone, welcome back to Smug and Play, the show that's revisiting the mid 90s, late 90s PC gaming scene by playing through each of PC Gamer's demo discs month by month. We've arrived now in July of 1995 in the show, but we're actually right now in the middle of the COVID crisis. So we hope that you're all practicing social distancing and washing your hands. We've been practicing social distancing since the early 90s by locking ourselves in rooms and playing PC games.
I've actually never met my brother in face to face.
We only meet in the virtual. But we both sit on. We get two different phone lines. We both sit on AIM and just instant message each other back and forth. So the next game is going to be introduced by Alan. Why don't you tell us about it?
All right, Terminal Velocity. We've got a new developer called Terminal Reality with an ex-Microsoft employee, Mark Randall, at its helm. He programmed Flight Sim 5, which was the first texture-mapped MS Flight Sim. So he knew a little bit about writing an engine.
He knew a thing or two.
He knew a thing or two. So he pitched this 3D air combat game to 3D Realms, which is a subsidiary of Apogee, probably now the public face. Mm-hmm. So let's run this bad boy.
I don't trust the disc. It never works. So I'm just gonna go start some TV. Let's watch some TV.
TV.
So could you? When I saw this game, I got confused because I thought there was a demo. There was a CD that came with a computer that I got in the mid '90s called Fury 3, published by Microsoft, that looks exactly like this, and yet this is a different game. What is the relationship between this game exactly and Fury 3?
Well, Fury 3, or Fury to the Third Power.
I'm sorry.
If you're
I missed Furies 1 and 2. Listen, when I was a kid, I wasn't looking too closely for superscripts,
Yeah. It's kind of a repackaging of this game. It's very similar. It looks pretty much the same, maybe different levels. But that was Microsoft's attempt to prove that Windows 95 could be a gaming platform when all the developers were still using DOS. And so they kind of littered it everywhere. Like, it was pretty cheap on store shelves, and it came with a lot of computers, just like OEM CDs. So you could get it pretty easily, and that's why that was the version of the game I played. Fury 3 is very, very much the same, but it runs in a window because it's Windows, and I don't know why that was necessary, but I guess
to show you that gaming and Windows were not two things that were incompatible with each other.
Yeah, okay. But the main draw of Fury 3, and it was meant to prove Windows 95 as a gaming platform, was that it worked without tweaking your virtual memory settings. The sound just worked out of the box. Graphics, also worked and was configurable with like a menu. So it did highlight that, like, hey, you could just put the CD in and play it. Which was a new thing in '95.
Yeah. And they were probably thinking about how the PC was going to compete as a gaming platform versus consoles, and wanted to show that you could do that with a high-spec game in Windows. So I guess, I can definitely see that. But this is the OG Terminal Velocity, which, interestingly, reading PC Gamer from this month, they compare it to Descent. They say, oh, it's a lot like Descent. And like the presentation in this sequence where they have like the 3D rotating models, that is very Descent-like. But of course, Descent and the engine is built around, indoor spaces and exploring these, mine shafts and things like this. Whereas this is all outdoor, so in many ways, it's not like Descent at all.
Yeah. This game is very approachable.
It is.
The objective is always the same, which is blow up everything. It's pleasant. It doesn't have any rough edges around it, like Descent.
And it has a fantastic soundtrack, which I think everyone's hearing now. These are like some sort of funky nose flutes or something. Now, do I need to worry about this story here? I'm an Earth pilot. I imagine, okay, so this is post-contact with sentient aliens. And
I've never read this. Before,
okay.
But, you know.
Okay, so basically, we signed a peace treaty with the aliens, but then they turned their backs on it and showed up and started blowing things up, and we're in some sort of resistance.
Yeah, you know, in the full version of this game, they have a very Death Star-like sequence level, which I think was the point of this engine.
To be able to do a trench run? Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, if you look, there's a lot of ground installations, and you can do sort of arbitrary geometry. So that's my fire control. There's another interesting thing about this is that there's something about the pace of the. Whoa, I was running into things.
Oh, on easy mode, you can almost crash into anything.
And it's okay.
Yeah. You can even clip into everything.
The only kind of annoying part is that you have to make passes on everything, and you can slow down a lot, but then you're an easy target for all these guys here.
Right. Well, the idea is go fast until you walk onto something.
And then
slow down.
And later you got to traverse the, quickly using the afterburner or whatever they call it, the booster. Okay, I totally missed the target I was looking for.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time on Fury 3 in the clouds, actually.
Yeah.
You can fly up in the clouds. You can't go infinitely up.
You can do that here.
You can go pretty far up.
You can do that here. It's kind of neat.
This is how I spent all of 95, 96. Just nobody messes with you. It's very peaceful.
Oh, wait, I'm not finding... Oh, there we go. Okay, that's as far as you can go.
They can follow you up there, but I don't think they do on this level.
Okay, that's as far as I could get. Well, there's something... I don't know if it's the music or what, but there's something about this game that's almost relaxing. Like, if you slow down your engines, then the rate of fire is slow enough that it's almost something meditative about it. It
is very calming.
It's oddly calming.
Whereas Descent is sort of the opposite, where you're just sort of
I don't think that was
disoriented, and you're not sure if you're like level with like the ground and the usual perspective that you expect. Yeah.
You know what this is a lot like? This reminds me so much of Cybermorph for the Atari Jaguar.
No.
And yet,
let's not.
But it's in no way as annoying as that. Although I need to be using my radar more effectively here because I'm not. Can I get a bigger map? That was the thing.
I'm sure if you pay Apogee more money, they'll give you a map.
It's part of the deluxe CD-ROM edition that.
Well, we'll see it at the end, but like if you want SVGA, you gotta pay. If you want like higher res textures, you gotta pay more.
I saw that thing, the upsell screen. Yeah.
They have tiers of like membership in this game.
If you want to join you want to get all the DLC. Okay, now this.
Can you equip that new weapon? I don't even remember what letter it is.
Is it that one?
Okay. It's finger.
Yeah, this is good because you might actually blow something up before you get there.
Crash into it.
There's.
But yeah.
I mean,
go on.
I don't know. What makes this so much better than Cybermorph for the Atari Jaguar? I mean,
I don't want to talk about Cybermorph.
Well, I would say you can identify a few things. I mean, first of all, like from a technical perspective, we have texture mapping, which we don't have there. But I think mostly the difference is that it's just not as obnoxious as that game, and it's actually it has a higher frame rate and it's slower paced, which makes it actually playable. Like I think that's a mistake that a lot of games from this era have made, where they make it lightning fast, but unless you have a $5,000 Pentium 133 system, you're only getting like 10 frames per second or less, and so it's basically unplayable.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the comparables, other than Descent, are more like TIE Fighter or Wing Commander.
Yeah.
I mean, they're different in that they're more story driven and it's a different vibe. They're more in space, but
that didn't work out. I mean, it ultimately kind of worked out. Okay.
I agree that it's not only approachable to the person, but also in terms of hardware. Like, and it's true with all the terminal reality games. They didn't force you to have, like the fastest system or the best graphics card when they started doing 3D accelerated games.
Right.
And they actually went on they continue to do a lot of work with Microsoft. They made Monster Truck Madness 2.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, all the Monster Truck Madness is 1 and 2, but they went on to do other stuff like Blood Rain, and then they like way further on. They like somehow like made the compilations of SNK games for like.
Oh, really?
Consoles. Yeah, they think. So I think it's just
they stayed in business.
Yeah, well, they're not in business now. I think a few years ago they went out of business, but
rest in
it
peace.
seems like it was a small shop.
Terminal Reality.
And Mark Randall mostly did whatever
pleased him.
Yeah. And they licensed a lot of their engines to other games too.
Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see that screen. What do we have to go here? Do we have to go to ordering info?
The screen's more like when you quit. There's like more nickeling and diming.
Well, no, they go. I think they get into it here too. So okay, so $29.95 gets you 6 more planets. You get SVGA, 44 kilohertz audio, network games. You know, I never played this or Fury 3 network. I bet that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, there's cinematics in the CD version.
There's
well, did Fury 3 have cinematics too?
Not sure. Maybe they dropped that. You know, Fury 3 also had a sequel.
It did?
It's weird. Yeah.
Fury 4.
Fury to the 4th.
Fury to the 4th. Fury raised the X. The Y.
Do high-res textures matter? They had to prove this to you.
Do high-res textures matter? I know, that's their clickbait YouTube title there. I think the answer is yes, as it gives you the answer there. All right, I think I'm gonna call them up and order it. I want more of these chill grooves. There's got to be some 10-hour Fury 3 / Terminal Velocity chill music video out there too.
Yeah, it sold well. I mean, both
how well did it sell?
Velocity and Fury 3. I don't know the numbers, but it was
a good,
you know, it was their big thing next to Rise of the Triad that year.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd much rather play this than Rise of the Triad, honestly. Even though, I mean, it gets annoying because at the end, you know, you're not finding a lot of stuff on the map. You're just kind of going around trying to get that last, you know, installation. But it's soothing. I find it soothing. Do you have any more things to say about it?
I mean, perfect for a time like this where you're just stuck at home and you just
That's right. It's
some relief, meditative relief.
Yes, this is a good way to pass
therapy
the hours.
velocity.
Therapy velocity. Velocity terminal therapy. That doesn't sound good.